choosing a Ruffle yarn to knit with. I know they have very pretty ones in the market. I know that they're very nice, but I really wanted to do whatever I wanted. And last week we did one with yarn that I bought in New Orleans. But this is something that we're going to be knitting with. We're going to cast on like this. See, we're going to cast on like that, whatever amount you want. And with this same yarn that we have been making, we are making this stuff. We go there and we knit it. And we go there and we knit it. You will see the finished product in a few moments or in another video. It depends on how long it takes us to do this. Anyway, this is something that you're going to be knitting with. But I am going to teach you how to make it instead of buying it. Because what if I want tones of gray, or what if I want to knit something with the same yarn? Let's see, this is the Ruffle yarn. You are going to be knitting with it. I'm going to take it apart because right now we're not doing that. Anyway, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 12 peck round knitting, but I took off the ones in between. So see, I just took off all those so I can have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I do is that I put my yarn around, and with this tool that it comes with it, I am going to pass this yarn over, and this one over, and this one over. This is, they're teaching this even in school, so kids can do this. Yarn over, the yarn goes over, and this one goes over the yarn, over, and this one goes over the yarn. See how easy that is? This one and this one goes over the yarn. So eventually you just pull and it comes out this way. Of course, this is a very big weaving because I wanted the stitch to be very wide. That's why I took all these off, because I only wanted 6, but I wanted it very wide. So again, we go in there, go over, we go in there, and we go over, and that's all it takes. It comes with instructions. I took these off. I have one that I was not able to take these off, so I will show you how that is done. So here it comes. Let's put this somewhere else, and let me bring this. So what we're doing with this is that it's a much bigger one. This is how wide it's going to be, nice and wide. I'm going to make ruffles with this. So all the way from the start, I am counting with a different yarn every 10, every 10, every 10. So like that, when I knit with it, I know where I want to put my yarn in. For example, if I want to cast on 10 on my needles, I go right there on the first one, and then on the second one. And since I already counted them, this is a piece of cake. Okay, there we go. And now, of course, I can knit with them. I go in there, and I know where the next one is, and that's the one that goes in, and I knit it, and I know where the next one is, so that's the one that goes in, and I knit it. So see how nice.
So you're going in at the beginning of the thread?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm
like you have this red pieces over here. So
no, the red pieces is just a signal every 10 rows.
Okay. But your needle goes in which side, this one or this one?
this is already in.
Okay.
This is the next one that follows.
Okay. I see.
But thank you for yay, I have a student that can ask questions. Thank you very much. So this is where I had my needle before. And this is the next stitch that I'm going to be knitting with. That's why I want my red thread there, because I know where I want to pick up my next stitch. And this is how it's going to come out, very roughly, very roughly. So anyway, that's the way it's going to be knitted. But right now, we are making the yarn, the ruffle yarn, the circular thing, and I was not able to take off the pecks that I did not want to work with. See, they're stuck there, they're glued. Anyway, what I did is that I went in and out, in and out, in and out on every one, and I just left the yarn on top of the ones that I am knitting with. So I go right in there, and I go right in there, and right in there, and the next one is in, and this is out, in and out. So I am only putting the yarn over the ones that I am knitting with. The ones that I'm not knitting with, the yarn goes to the back. So this is the next one, and this is the next one, and that's, I go in and out, and in and out, and in and out, hold my yarn, it goes around and around. Now once you really get going on this, you can go in and out the whole row, really much easier. And you can anchor your stitch wherever you want, and then you just go back. See, it's already anchored because I'm doing the last one, and I'm just going back and passing through the ones that I already have there. It's really the same thing, it's just that this is faster and much easier. You will find how to do it because it's really a lot of fun. Pull. That's how it's coming out from the other side. Look how pretty that looks. This is a yarn that has many colors. It is variegated. Look how pretty that is. So this is going to be the edge of a scarf. So I'm doing the edge of the scarf with one ball of yarn. The other edge is going to be with another ball of yarn, and I'm going to knit the scarf with 2 yarns of the same kind, and it will be casted on a needle like this. I put them into my needle, take them off, put them into my needle, put them into my needle, and then I can knit. So that is going to be, this is another way of knitting your ruffle yarn. Another way that is very interesting, this is very thin yarn. Let me get it out of here because it's stuck. Anyway, I am crocheting it. And the way I am crocheting it is that I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the edge. I am going to make 2 loops, turn. I will go yarn over, go into the very first one. The reason is that I really want all these loopy things here because that's where I'm going to be knitting. So I go in there, double crochet on each one, double crochet on each one, and I will show you how this is going to be looking like. So I'm knitting, I'm crocheting 8. Isn't that neat?
A little bit slower, please.
A little bit slower. And I guess we need to put all that around there so that you can see it. So it's yarn over, go into the next one, double crochet, yarn over, into the last one, and we have a double crochet, and I believe we have the R8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So again, 1, 2, and turn, yarn over, go into the first little hole there, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, yarn over, 5, yarn over, 6, yarn over, 7. You can make it as wide as you want. If you want a real wide one, hey, that's nice. I already did all this. I have a whole bunch already made. See, that's the length of what I have made. I want it real big. So what I'm going to do with this is that this is the beginning of my knitting. I'm going to put it right into my needle and cast on every, let's say, I want to cast on every 4th. So I'm going to cast on there, and there, and there. The ones that were loopy, remember that we talked about, that's why. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's how wide I want it. So it's nice and ruffly there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to cast on from the back. Let's see, 1, so that my stitches show the way they're supposed to. So from the back to the front, 2, 4, 6, I only want 6. Okay, so I have put my needle in there, go where I want to go, put it through, pass it, and you have another stitch. Go in there, more or less about an inch and a half. In there again, go in there, knit it, and go in there, more or less. It doesn't have to be exact. Really, this is not a scientific thing. It's a creative thing. Science doesn't fit here. So, see, now I have my ruffles. Look how pretty that's going to look. I can stretch it down. This can be the edge of a scarf, the edge. You can put this on like on the edge of a sweater, or the edge of a sleeve, or the edge of gloves, or whatever you want, but that's the way it looks. It's crocheted. You can use the colors you want, you can use the yarn you want, and that's another one.